Hi, welcome to the next instalment, if you like. This one here, we're looking at two states. We're doing Texas and Oklahoma. The reason for the two is Texas, we're going to be kind of passing through relatively quickly for the largest sort of land state in America. We're there for about 178 miles, just clipping across the northern point. So yeah, I should get through in 10 days. I give myself 10 days because, as I said before, we're looking at average miles for the whole thing, and I think 20 a day is comfortable. It's comfortable mileage anyway, I think, but what you need to consider is there will be rest days. You will have to take rest days. You've got to maybe absorb an injury or something, but hopefully we won't get, but it can happen. So 20 a day as an average, looking overall, yeah, we can manage that. So we've got 10 days going through Texas, and then we're into Oklahoma. Weather-wise for these two states, pretty similar. We're looking time of year, sort of early spring. We're talking of sort of mid-60s to mid-70s. Rainfall in Texas at that time is about 2.5 inches. I think I'll be going through this actually on the spreadsheet, but just to sort of drive the point home. Weather conditions are favourable at that time of year, fingers crossed. Obviously you can never guarantee it because it's weather. Yeah, the same with the average sunshine. We're looking at 11 hours a day, so it gives you plenty of walk time. So should you need to push on, yeah, if you're feeling good, yeah, keep going, man, keep going. You'll be camping still for certain points on this route anyway. So if you go through a town halfway to the next one, then fine, you can do it. Find somewhere to camp, it's great because it all chips the miles off. And again, if you could increase your average, then you have got time to absorb, say, a break, which is maybe 1 or 2 days, where you can do washing, you can just get yourself together again. Important things to remember on this one, this whole journey, if you're going to follow the journey, if you're going to follow my footsteps across, visa. It has to be a visa. We're not whizzing across in 30 days or 60 days, so it's not going to be done on Estes. It's the visa. First aid, medical, right, you need insurance, repatriation insurance, needs to be said, and also the safety of satellite phone. That is life-saving. So these things you need to consider. Also your route. I picked the shortest route that I could to get across because of time limits basically. If you have longer, if you're allowed longer, yeah, fine, take it, go visit places. But this, for me, it's just a case of getting from the Pacific to the Atlantic. That's it. The shortest route I can, and it's going to be a long one anyway. We're talking 2,800 mile. Yes, so you give yourself 3,000 because you can go wrong. You may be told to take a different route, and if you're told to take a different route, then you do it because the alternative is to be deported, which we don't want to happen. Now, it's a fundraising exercise for this one. This is the Hope House Children's Hospice, where all of my sort of big challenges, they've been done for the hospice. It's a wonderful place, so that's why we're doing it. The Just Giving page will be up on the videos from now on. If you can donate on this, brilliant. It's to raise money for them. It's a great place, and hopefully when I'm in the States, obviously being a Wrexham lad, and Wrexham is now big in America, thanks to Mr. Reynolds, Mr. McElhenney. Hopefully the name Wrexham will spark an interest, and then by association the hospice gets more and more funds, more and more donations. But in terms of the actual walk itself, yeah, we're covering the two states of Texas and Oklahoma in this particular video. The maps and spreadsheets will be following, so have a look, see what you think. If you want to put some comments down, it's fine. Route will be, I say, changeable. You can't guarantee it. One thing with these kind of things, you have to expect change. If you're going there with this rigid idea that nothing's going to be altering for your plan, I think you're going to come unstuck really. You need to be flexible. You need to be able to accept a change and just get on with it. So stay tuned for the spreadsheets and for the maps and whatever, and see what you think of the route. And we'll be back shortly with the next two states, probably Arkansas, and after Arkansas we're looking at Tennessee. So I'll see you soon. Right, here we go. Leaving Clovis, moving to Farwell into Texas. It's only a short stretch of 10 miles, and we've got a 75 then into Cress. Pretty straightforward route actually. Give yourself 5 days to cover that. 2 days there, and then 3 days Silverton to Memphis, giving a total of 10 days into Texas, or through Texas. Going across the northern tip really. So 175 miles to get across Texas. Temperatures moderate. They're sort of averaging 65 to 75, 2.5 inches of rainfall as an average for that time of year, and we're looking at probably 11 hours of daylight. So there's plenty of time there to maybe take one day there, Crest to Silverton. Everything I take is with a view of 20 miles average, because then I can sort of incorporate maybe a rest day. So if we're looking at a 20 mile average, 10 days would take us to 200, so I've gained a day, if you like, there. So that will allow me to have one rest day inside that particular state. And here we go, leaving New Mexico, crossing there into Texas. We're going from Clovis there into Farwell, and I'm picking up this highway here, which is the 145. It looks, again, pretty straightforward, moving in towards Crest. Crest, we have a bit of a change as I pick up some trail and move towards Silverton. Silverton then on the 256, going through Memphis into Hollis. Hollis, of course, being in Oklahoma. So for such a large state, it's only 178 miles across for the point that I'm taking. So that's Texas done, really. Pretty straightforward route and lots of towns on the way, so plenty of service stops. So that's state number 4, Texas. Right, here we go, Oklahoma, state number 5. Now we've got 2 days there to get from Memphis to Hollis, and then these here are all pretty much the same distances as we go town to town, because it's well populated areas, obviously. Give myself 20 days to get across Oklahoma. Again, hopefully there'll be days where I can take a rest day. We're looking at the longest stretch here, going from Kiewa to Fanshawe. You see on the map, it looks fairly remote, but again, it's navigation free to a certain degree. Temperatures in Oklahoma, the 5th state of the journey, will be similar to Texas. We're talking 65, 75 degrees. Average rainfall for that time of year will be 3.5 inches, which again isn't much. We're looking again 11 hours of daylight, so we'll be pushing on, turning 2s into 1s and then gaining more time again. Always good to have the miles in the bank, or the time in the bank, because you can incorporate any injuries that you may pick up, and of course rest days, and then maybe finishing a little bit early as well. So that's Oklahoma, 20 days, the 5th state. At this point, we'll be on mile 1,664 in 85 days, all things being well. So that's Oklahoma. The next one is Arkansas. Right, Oklahoma, or the first part of Oklahoma. Crossing the state line there with Texas. We pick it up still on 62, which I believe through people that's already out there doing this walk, that it is walkable, which is a big advantage because it costs less navigation. Although from Altus, moving across towards Lawton and into Marlow, there are roads again that parallel this particular route. So that shouldn't be a problem. It won't be a problem. There are, say, roads here which are quite visible on the map, which will see us through anyway. Which are basically paralleling the state line now with Texas, which comes around. So we're just north of Texas. That's for the first half of Oklahoma. Okay, second half. Right, we're still on the 29, moving through Elmore City. Then the 174 across. Then from Elmore City, we're looking at going towards Roth. Still keep it on smaller roads, but still many towns, so there's plenty of services, hopefully plenty of decent camping. Moving across eastwards, of course, and head slightly northeast past Kiewa. After Kiewa, then going towards Fanshawe, which is quite a long stretch, and picking up the 270 from Fanshawe, moving towards Monroe before we cross the state line into Arkansas. So that there is the second half of Oklahoma.